tumefanya kazi mingi na huu ndio mwisho sasa. Sababu kilicho na mwanzo lazima kiwe na nini? Mwisho na mwisho wake. Sasa huu ndio mwisho. Salamu tu ni kuwakaribisha sana na hatuta waste time sana. Yeah, so tukianza lazima tuanze na maombi na Brian wewe utatuongoza kwa maombi. Si ndio? Yeah. So kwa heshima ningeomba tuweze kusimama kwa ishara moja ya kuheshimu Mungu, tuweze kuomba. Kwa hiyo tuongoze kwa maombi kwa njia zaidi.
Alright. Let's close our eyes for our prayer. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for this wonderful opportunity that we met. We have gathered here for such a wonderful event. Lord, I pray that your presence shall fill us or shall fill this place as we continue with this event. Help us, oh God, for whatever we are going to undertake. And everyone, every single person, every single one of us, even those who are not here, I pray for your presence to lead us and take us through this event. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Oh, unaweza sasa nataka tufanye chemsha bongo. Sawa? Tusiboeke, si ndio? Zamwezi. Kama nikutumia kusimama. Sasa, naomba usimame hapo. Tuangalie tu. So, nikikuuliza swali na kufikiria. Sawa? Nataka tufanye talibia na boss wangu si ndio? So, akuoni si ndio? Si ndio? Nikikupointi unasema kitu, si ndio? Okay. My boss one said,
you good?
okay, next.
Yes, it
My boss one said,
Control backspace. Control backspace to delete.
Oh. My boss one said,
Takusomea.
my boss one said,
If you don't understand, just press Control backspace na tarudia tena.
oh, thank you so much. Ilikuwa chemsha bongo before tuanze, si ndio? Yeah. Yeah, ilikuwa chemsha bongo. So, leo ni ile siku yetu, si ndio? Na kila mmoja wetu mtampea chance ama nafasi ya kutusalimia, labda atuambie Newsline imekuaje. Kama tumekutreat vizuri ama tujakutreat vizuri, ufunguke tu sasa, si ndio? Yeah, so nitawapea chance sababu pia tuko na wageni, pia nafasi itafika, watatuongelesha, watatuambia kitu. Tuko na project zetu hapa tunataka kushow up za ICT. Hatukuwa tu nini ziko, but kuna vitu tulikuwa tumepanga, hatutaweza kushow up for now. But tunaelewa, tuna understand sababu tunahitaji hata wifi hapa ndio si ndio mshow up hiyo story yenu. So sijui tutaanza na nani, atusalimia, tuambie kitu, njani imekuaje, tangu ingie Newsline nitakuwa tu poa sana. So na feel like tuanze na Brian.
Alright, hapa Newsline. Oh, habari zenu, sijawasalimia. So hapa Newsline maisha yamekuwa mazuri. Even ndivyo naweza sema sana because since I came nakumbuka before nianze attachment nilikuwa nataka kwenda data science, but Amasa kaniambia that huku tunafanya website development, app development. So the moment nilianza kutengeneza websites nikaanza kupata interest, na even ndivyo nimekuwa nikifanya all through. And since nianze at least attachment naweza sema si venye niko sasa, si venye nilikuwa nikianza. At least saizi najua a lot of things that sikuwa najua nikianza, kama website, kama Flutter app, sikuwa najua kutengeneza app, sikuwa najua mambo ya, nilikuwa najua like knowledge tu ya juu ile ya cyber security, basi sikuwa najua mambo ya CCTV cameras, sikuwa najua kabisa. But naweza Newsline imenisaidia sana, na at least niko na idea, niko na more knowledge about Kenya naweza fanya, na at least even in the work ile world ya kazi, at least naweza enda na ni showcase, I just showcase myself. So yeah, thank you. Barizeni, mimi naitwa Manuel Chengo na ningependa kusema kwamba nimefika hapa Newsline, siko na chochote, but interact na the tutors na pia management, na nikalamu vitu tatu kwanza muhimu. Cha kwanza ni mtu afai kuwa na excuses, because excuses are the nails that build a house of failure. Kama you make mistake, you just admit na urekebishe. Second thing ni, as we go to sleep at night without the guarantee that we shall wake up tomorrow, it's only hope. We hope that tomorrow we shall wake up and continue in our daily life. So nipende kuambia wenzangu hapa, just hope, because the future is unknown. We hope that your future will be better. Asanteni sana.
So mimi Christopher Ambua, an IT student, na venye nilikuja tuliongea na Amos kwa ofisi yake, kani convince ni join, kaniambia nita learn vitu kadhaa, vitu mingi the cyber security za topics zote, na I can say now zote zimekuwa delivered. Hakunidanganya. Yeah. Na nimelearn even more, and I've interacted with many mentors. Bram, our trainer, gain a lot from him. The mentor mwenye ameleta wa IT, the other one, all of them. Yeah, so nasema asante, nimegain.
Ile lakini maswala mengi huku kazana na watu sana, nimesoma lot. Sasa mambo mengi sana. Then nakuja kwa basi juu kitu tu, juu vitu nasoma shule si vitu nasoma huku. So kafundisha na Brahma, kafundisha graphics pale na Bemi, nataka nijue Photoshop.
Okay, I'm Kevin. I had joined to do IT from KCM. Na nikijoin huku, I met Amos through somebody. He's a very convincing guy. Akani convince niingie. It's been a great experience. Pia nyinyi wenye tulikuwa tuna nini nao, mko poa, mko vibe yenu ni mzuri, hakuna mtu akona vibe mbaya. Let me just say it's been a good experience. Nikiingia hapa sikuwa kufanya nilikuwa kidogo tu nilikuwa jua mambo hapa pale, but thanks to Bram, he's been a great trainer. Ametuonyesha mambo mingi, tumejua kutengeneza apps, tumejua kutengeneza websites vizuri. Yeah, it's been a good experience, and thanks to Amos pia. You've been a great boss, and you've been very helpful in our journey. Everybody too. Yeah.
Mimi naitwa Chris kutoka NKU, na nilikama hapa kufanya journalism and mass communication, na mimi nilijua about this place like last year. Tuliongea gadi na Amos kwa simu nikitafutanga attachment, lakini sasa nikapata attachment in a better place. Sasa ikabidi nimeenda huko, ndio kutoka huko sasa nikakumbuka kulikuwa na hii place na kuna vitu zingine 2-3 sikuwa nimeshika, ndio nikakam tukaongea na Amos, na already nilikuwa convinced. Sasa ilikuja tu tukaongea na tukamaliza story, na sasa niko hapa. Pia nikiwa hapa kuna deals tumekuwa tunapiga hapa kule, anajua sasa time yangu imekuwa fiti. At least naona hata nikitoka hapa nikiona mtu kama Amo, kuna shughuli zingine zitapigika, si mnaelewa? Ni hiyo tu.
Kwa majina ni Arnold, ninatoka Mount Kenya University, Journalism and Mass Communication. Nikisema tu kweli, nikuja sikuwa najua kitu, sikuwa nimefunzwa kitu, lakini sasa nimegain a lot, editing, kupiga mapicha nini, na nimejua tena wase wengi na connection pia. Ni hayo tu, asante.
Naitwa Eric Chebek,
nilikuja hapa siwezi kataa, nilikuwa najua some little bit of things, but sasa confidence ndio sikuwa nayo, like ku execute hizi vitu zote huko nje ndio sikuwa nayo. But nilikuja hapa on my first day nikaongea na Mr. Amos hapo, akanielezea like how I can be helped hapa hivi na kunipatia another description ya vile life huko nje na hizo agencies zile ningeenda kuomba attachment vile zimenipeleka. So nikaona according to vile ananiambia na vile ningeenda huko nje, jere tulikuja hapa for these 3 months then niende huko nje. Life hapa imekuwa mzuri for the better part of these 3 months, na mimi I like to thank him so much. Kwa hiyo I think ni generosity, kwa sababu mimi sikuona nikandapata attachment, kwa sababu nilikuwa nafikiria mambo na kupeleka hizo ma CV na nini, lakini nilikuja hapa niliongelesha, then kana mambo ya CV is not haikuangia mwa sana, ni all depends na workmanship yako. Na niliongelea kaniambia you can do a great job ukijituma tu, na nimejituma so far na niko na content saizi na confidence. Thank you.
Kwa majina najulikana kama vile Life Kremi. Kitu ya kwanza ningependa kwa hii timu tumekuwa nayo pamoja na staff niwashukuru sana, sababu tumekuwa tukisaidiana, na ile kitu naweza nikasema hapa hivi Newsline ilikuwa mahali fiti, mahali ni vile tu maisha lazima isonge mbele, tungependa pia kukaa lakini hatuna lingine.
Nimeshukuru kwa hii event, nimeshukuru kwa na nyinyi. Mimi ni a newcomer na for the time nimekuwa hapa learn a lot. For the less time nimekuwa hapa I've learned to be like friendly na watu. The staff wote wamekuwa tu fine, nimeshukuru, na the more naendelea tu kukaa huko the more na gain knowledge na kila mtu. Nimeshukuru.
Wow. Okay, sasa kwa wageni wetu mjisi sana mkoa nyumbani. Karibu, mtanisamee kwa Kiswahili. Nimeona wengi wanaongea Kizungu nikasema acha niongee Kiswahili. Sasa tutaenda kwa staff. Alafu baada ya staff so ndio tutaangalia kazi zetu ambazo tukifanya, at least nikipea wageni nafasi wakuwe na kitu ya kucomment. Unaona? Kama ni kukosoa kosoe, kukosolewa ni kulani, si ndio? Sasa nitaanza na staff, nitaanza na Bramwell. So atuambie kitu njani imekuaje, experience yako na student imekuaje, na karibu sana.
Good afternoon. Thank you guests kwa kufika and welcome all. So tutokana nasema it has been a good journey kuwa na nyinyi. As also for me it was my first time. Tuliingia na watu wa IT pia. Tulianza radio na Amos anajua. Tuliingia na watu wa IT. It has been a good experience, and the fact ya kuwa unaona mtu after a period of 2 months or 3 unaona mtu ametoka from hakuwa anajua kitu to a place yenye anaweza fanya kitu peke yake. It's a really good thing. Na hii ndio tu kwa watu wote, si lazima IT hadi media. Mkienda huko nje mjikaze na mtumie knowledge mmepata hapa kwenda kujiendeleza nje. And also thank you Amos and your work. You have done a good job kwa sisi staff and also to the students. That's good work. Ni hayo tu.
Good afternoon. Dominic Mwangi. So mimi sina mengi ya kusema. Mine is just to appreciate. Thank you guests for coming. Thank you students for coming and my fellow colleagues. So yangu ni thank all of you because nasemanga life is a journey. We learn every day. Siwezi sema mahali nimefika ni kwa sababu ya nguvu yangu, but wale watu wenye wako around mimi. So unajua your circle ndio determine who you are. So you know that. So nimekuwa among the most amazing people Sijakaa hapa sana, niko na, I think this is my 3rd month, but I've been able to gain a lot. I've been learning from my superiors, learning from you guys and my colleagues. So thank you very much. Kenya ningetaka kuambia tujitume tu, hivyo tu. Thank you.
Okay, kwanza niseme shukrani sana kwa vile tumekuwa na nyinyi, sababu ukiingia hapo uwezi jua wanafunzi wa ICT na wa media, sisi ni familia moja. Kwanza kabisa tu niwashukuru kwa hilo. Kitu kingine pia kwa wanafunzi wa media ni kwa part ya broadcasting tumefanya vizuri sana. In terms na kusoma taarifa, in terms na kufanya PTC, kufanya shows za radio na pia za TV podcast. Mimi nawashukuru tu sana, pia nashukuru my boss amekuwa pia
Sorry, before endelea sana, I would urge you guys to share your knowledge with others. Sasa usikae nayo. Thank you.
Okay, sasa mimi ningependa kushukuru my boss, amekuwa poa. Tumekuwa friendly sana. Wangi ananilizanga niaje mnakuanga best. Unaona? Inatakanga hivyo. So mimi nimekaa huko kutoka January. Wengi wamekuja na wakienda, so uko hivyo. So langu ni kuambia asanteni sana kwa umoja na upendo ambao tumekuwa nao, na pia nawatakia kila laheri popote mwendako, mkienda huko nje. Mungu awafanikishe katika harakati zenu za kila siku ambazo mmekuwa mkishughulikia hapa Newsline, si ndio? Okay, sasa sitataka ku waste time. So wageni wetu kwa media tuko na project ambazo tumekuwa tukifanya, that is feature story. Feature story ni tulisema tu demonstrate feature story kwa sababu feature story inabeba kila kitu kwa media. Feature story kuna mtu alikuwa kwa kamera, kuna mtu alifanya sound, kuna mtu aliandika script, kuna mtu aliedit, kila kitu ambacho kiko feature story inabeba kazi hiyo yote. So kwa kifupi sana tutachukua dakika chache, sijui tutaanza na gani, tuweze kuangalia ili nikiwapea nafasi mtaweza either kucomment na kuwa correct, na watakuwa wamelearn something kwa comment zenu. So far tumefanya feature story 3, but hatuweza kuangalia zote. Tumefanya moja Kibadaski huko kwa Madhe, kuna hii fundi ya mwananchi wa kawaida. Alafu kuna ya bonda bonda na tumefanya pia ya spa. Lakini ningependelea tuache ya Ruby. Yeah.
In the heart of Thika town, we meet Joseph, a dedicated Bodaboda driver operating at the sport stage. Joe, as most of his friends call him, has been operating here for 2 years and has a story to share. So the best remain focused na daftari radio wala tuwezeshana na mtu ndio kuendelea road wewe na mwanza nini unaona hiyo ndio inapambana tu kuendelea tu. By mid-morning, they take the car's music, horns, voices, a rhythm made of survival and hope. A customer raises a hand, a radio responds instantly and rides off. No timetable, no certainty of what the day will bring, just trust, courage, and the open road.
Sija vizuri sana. Unajua na mtu wa kudama mrequest. Lakini ndio ndio shida. Sasa kwa barabara watu wa gari na wanafanya pia wewe ni barabara na wanataka kama haki kuja kwa barabara. Sio ndio gari na mshirika wa nini unapata kazi. Hapo chini kwa mahali hapa uliuza. Hiyo tu.
Every passenger carries a story, and every ride is a promise to get them where they need to go safely.
Sio tunaweza angalia wengine next.
In the heart of every bustling town, there's a special kind of sanctuary. A pretty world is melts away and confidence is crafted. One push-through, one smile, one perfect polish at a time. This isn't that special, it's heaven. Meet Koi Wangoi, the visionary behind the vibrant streets. She started this journey with a simple dream of creating works of art on every single Hi, yes, Esther Wangoi Kilanji. I'm also a mother of one boy, Gift Murray. I'm also a daughter of my parents, yes. I'm also born and raised in Thika. I'm based in Thika, that's where I work. I have a beauty shop, Gifted Beauty Studio. And yes, we can. Tell us about your vision. When you first decided to open a beauty shop, nail parlor and hair salon, dreaming to attract luxury. I love luxury, and also I was seeking clients and also wanted to show expertise through elegant visuals.
I think hapo inatosha. Tuchezea hiyo ya badasti kidogo. Alafu mwishowe nitakupea time uweze kueleza demonstration zetu na hiyo na advert. Yeah. So it's your turn kimaliza.
It's a hot afternoon along the Nairobi-Garissa road. Here, the day slows down as the locals and border riders stop for a quick meal. At this small roadside hotel, food is served fresh as stories of daily life unfold. For years, this Zuhura has cooked by the roadside every single day. She knows her customers by name, and we know her food never disappoints. Most of her customers are border riders and local residents nearby. For them, the small hotel is part of their daily routine, a place to eat, rest, and share stories. Running a roadside hotel comes with challenges, dust, heat, and high food prices. But she says giving up is not an option because this is how she supports her family. As the afternoon ends and the engines roar back to life, her story remains a reminder that even by the roadside, determination and hard work can still serve success.
Nilianza kazi yangu saa 11 by 6 watu wanaanza kula.
Tucheze advert, alafu tukicheza tutaamka sasa. Amka sasa tuende. Amka tuende sasa.
In a world driven by information, communication, and digital innovation, the demand for skills talents, tech experts, and communication specialists has never been higher. From capturing compelling visuals to mastering the elves, from crafting powerful narratives to navigating the digital realm, using media engineering agency is your data. To bridge the gap between theory and human application, offering comprehensive programs designed to elevate the critical edge. Dive deep into IT solutions so you can become a captivating broadcaster, a content journalist, or a visual for doing photography and videography and doing critical media attachment experience. Our state-of-the-art facilities, combined with our passionate industry experienced instructors, create an unparalleled learning environment.
I'm an IT trainer at Newsline TV, and the work that motivates me the most to work over here is the ability to see students transform their knowledge into practical skills. That at the end of this attachment that they have, they're able to repeat the skills that they've gained into the practical world.
Naitwa Simuti na mimi ni mkufunzi kama ukipenda media trainer ndani ya Newsline Media. Media ni passion, media ni taaluma ambayo nimependa, na wakati ukifika na mazingira yake wanafurahi sana. Sasa hii inanipa msukumo, inanipa motisha kuendelea kufanya kazi ambayo inahusika sana katika Newsline Media, ambayo ni kushughulika sana na student ambao wanasomea masuala ya media katika wakati wao wa masomo.
So to our guests, I'm so sorry nimewakatisha katikati. If you want the whole video kwa YouTube, unaweza pale Newsline Media TV. Hizo projects zote ziko kwa YouTube. Una subscribe, una watch, una like, una comment pia. So hizo zenye tumeonyesha ni kazi yao ni wamefanya. That's their work. So kenye tulifanya, we took them to class, we taught them camera operations and everything, and then later on, we see what they can produce after the 3 months attachment. So, as you can see, they are not that perfect, but at least they have something of their own. They are proud to say, at least I got what Newsline Media having something I own. Yes. So we are really proud of them. They've done a great work, and we know at the end of the future they'll do more. So yes, that's just that. So sentence.
Wow, imekuwa tamu, si ndio? Yeah, sasa nitamkaribisha nani najua nani. Sasa leo at least ataongea kwa mkutano.
utatukaribisha wageni. Nitakukaribisha alafu na utatupa.
Hi, good evening. Ama bado ni afternoon. It's evening. Mko salama? So I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to be part of this team. Nimefurahi, you've not been together for long, but for the 1 month ama 2 months tumekuwa na nyinyi, tumejuana na nimeshukuru sana, si ndio? My name is Faith, mnanijua Imani, but hapa ni kwingine, but I'm Faith Mudhoni. I'm part of the team. We've been together since January to the end of this year. Nimekuja around September, October sikukua. So thank you for being part of us and congratulations for the milestone umefikisha, and I wish you all the best mkitoka huko nje, and whatever you've learned mlitumie vizuri huko nje, si ndio? You have all the skills and everything that you need, and also we are part of you. Mko na mentors kama Bramwell, Domi, in case of anything mnaweza wauliza hapa, unisema tufanye nini, what am I supposed to do here. Mkitaka networking mpigie Amos pia atawasaidia, si ndio? So we have our guests. We have Professor Ishagaki there. We have Devi. We have Mr. Reiri. And we have Mr. Warutere. So they can have a word for us, starting with, we should start with Mr. Warutere. Sio? Sawa, karibu sana.
Thank you. Thank you, Faith. Makofi. Good afternoon. Okay. Sawa. Hivi. All right. Congratulations. By the way, congratulations sana. Jipigieni makofi. Yeah, sure. Na the fact that mko hapa inamaanisha vitu mbili. Wewe ni creative na ulikataa kukuwa accountant ama daktari, si ndio? And I'm really proud of that decision you made. Na media ni nguvu, media ni powerful sana. Media inaweza fanya ulie, ucheke, ama hata usahau maziwa kwa gas. Hiyo ni happen ya mara mingi sana. Jua vile kipindi imekushika. Na chenye umesoma ama chenye any other new student atakuja kusoma, it's not just a skill, it's a superpower. All right? Na as media creators, you can shape opinions, tell stories, educate nations, na pia unajua kucheza na arguments pale TikTok comment sections, unajua hivyo. Na with great power comes great responsibility, but also great content. Na kwa hii field, you don't succeed because you have the most expensive gear around, okay? You succeed because you have the sharpest mind and the strongest work ethic. And a gentleman mentioned workmanship. Now, remember, your camera is not only as powerful. Your camera is only as powerful as the story you tell. Your microphone is only as loud as your confidence, and your success is only as big as your consistency. All right? Ni media. Lazima ukwe consistent ili uone growth. All right? Even if your first videos zilikuwa zinakaa CCTV footage, usijali. Pia sisi tulianza mahali. Embrace mistakes. Make mistakes, laugh at them, improve, repeat. Pia si make mistakes. Don't try to be the next Lil Maina, Lulu Hassan, Trevor Noah. Be the first you, okay? Your originality is your currency. Your story is your brand. Your personality is your marketing plan. Alright? Media ni teamwork. Respect your crew. Respect editor. Respect msewa sound. Ama atapunguza game. Support each other. Collaborate. Grow together. Na industry ni kubwa for everyone. Alright? Na naweza maliza na kusema go out there, create boldly, tell stories fearlessly, anguka ama uiangushe loudly, improve quickly and succeed proudly. Have a blessed moment ahead. Nambarikiwe sana. Hello comrades. Uko poa? Pole nimechelewa kidogo. Naitwa James Mwangi. I'm a reporter stroke sub editor ale Standard. Anga upande wa gazeti naitwa The Nairobian. Na last time kuna tuko na nini last time hapa? Still. Oh, okay. So for me, kinitaambia out there nani anawaambia kuna opportunities. And the mainstream media kuna opportunities ziko. Though entry kuingia inaweza kuwa hard sometimes. You apply. You might apply for years and years. It will not take you. But you can get a job there as a freelance through your content. You have a camera there and a laptop. Start from knowing the editors. Start from sending the stories. And I normally tell people, if you want to cover sports, you go to the field. It's a game ya Gor Mahia na AFC. The guys wametumwa from the company, they do the story straight. Vile ilikuwa ni si nani walifunga kwenda hivi, kulikuwa na penalty, all that stuff too. How it was too. Vile tu yeye aliona. But you as a freelance, you can see and point something. You know, one of the players, labda Ayan's player pale, kuna kitu unaona kama unique. Mnamgoja, mnamfanya interview, your story is likely to overshadow ile reporter alikuwa hapo kwa hiyo kampuni. That's how we made our entry there. That was in 2011. Sina kazi, niko huku nje, and I started lighting kidogo. Then I look at their platforms, most of their magazines. Nikaona, we used to call it Crazy Monday. I realized, these guys want those crazy stories. Huku mtaa nakaa nazionanga. How do I start? My first 4 stories were not published. Because that time editor alikuwa anaogopa, okay, nitapublish this guy, but akikuja adai kulipwa itakuaje. And they are focusing on their writers. Remember, sasa nikafanya story ilikuwa crazy sana. I was surprised nikisikia Classic waki-review. It was a very crazy story. I didn't see that it was about how people are using the parks as green lodges. I was given the first spread, 2 pages. That's the first entry. Within 2 years, nilikuwa tayari ndani. Niko mpaka na my desk, na nini. My colleagues when tulikuwa now were pride. Most of them gave up. So if the first point to enter the media, start from that angle. And most of them focus on these urban areas or the general stories. Like there's a politician, a rally somewhere. Those guys will have their reporter. And will have their cameras live. But if you are a photographer, you can attend such a rally and you focus on other happenings. Perhaps kuna kitu kama happen chaotic, you have one of the best photos. These counties zenye zimesurround Nairobi, Kiambu, Machakos, Kajiado. If you look at Kiambu, let's take for like Royal Media. I can't even tell you Royal Media mtu wa Kiambu nani. I don't even know. How much do you know? Yes. Mtu wa Royal Media hapa Kiambu?
Yes, only one in Gatodo.
One in Gatodo. You can imagine the whole of Kiambu. So if you position yourself here in Thika and you started sending scripts or stories, you have an opportunity. They will see, okay, this guy, wacha tumpatie retainer. And nowadays you'll be okay, unaanziwa na kitu inaitwa retainer. The retainer, they might give you 10, 15 or 20,000. They tell you your work, jitafutie na your work. Your work you can even make 100. They're heading to 120. When they take you in as their correspondent, that process will not grow. But there are many opportunities in media industry, including even PR. There are companies out here, they want you to do a feature story for them, they want you to do a documentary, also focus on that. And don't focus a lot on that guy unaona pale kwa TV, hapo unaona Jeff, unaona so and so. That guy started far. Actually, for Jeff Koinange, I guess you can see on the YouTube, mahali alianzia. Start from where you are. That phone, that pen, that book, that's the first stick. You're already equipped. That camera, don't ignore that camera you have there. Hata kama ni kare ka cyber shot. Start from there. And make sure guys, starting next year, you have media council IDs. They can rescue it within kuna mahali wazaingia, ama something happen along the way, you kadi kuokole. Annually, I guess in 2000. From up January, apply for that freelance. Na hapo ndio utakuwa unaingia industry pole that way. Yeah. Azote, do those content, even for TV. If you are going to do an interview, make sure you have that camera, take some videos. Perhaps you use this one, simple thing. Especially like in our entertainment industry. Nowadays, it's not well covered in mainstream media. It's mostly covered in the blogs and all that stuff. You know, the musician, when you collab na cascade, what about this riskier? Take a 3-minute video, push it somewhere. You'll be surprised. Yeah? You'll be surprised because most of these media, they have those entertainment segments, but their reporters are so busy, they not come for that story down there. Hizi stories kwa mashinani, even in some areas like environment, agriculture, no story. The very young guys in those fields, cover them. That story will have a space somewhere. And I'll tell you, you will not do 2 months setting stories and they are publishing, they fail to pay you. They'll start paying. So, you must ignore where you are. Hapo ndio tujaanzia. Hiyo most pole wala hivyo tu. And this scanning all these, especially the newspapers and the websites. You checking their website. I check ile as a media, ya Standard, ya Nation. Just look at areas zenye unapata kuna category fulani. The last time they had a story is 2 weeks ago. Ujiulize what's happening? They're not updating their stories. Unajua hapa there's an opportunity, hawana mtu wa kuandika. Unaona? Then the other one angalia unaona now points fulani, you pinpoint those weak points. Then unaanza kustrategize yourself vile utaanza kuandika. If you get an editor, get his email. And most of these editors will find their emails. You'll find it somewhere. Nowadays, if you Google, you won't even contact your so-and-so, you normally get it commented down. If you want even a protection, then you can get your personal emails and get them. Because most editors were given, this is a whole magazine where you will get content and this is a budget. So yeye anajaribu kupush wale writers wako huko ndani, and these writers are also busy in other areas. Mwingine ni wa parliament, na mwingine anakafa health, labda hii magazine ni ya mabudha ya entertainment. So they are ready to take content from freelancers. And sometimes you can get a level of freelancing because it's easy to access, to start as a freelancer. That's why I'm talking much of the freelance area. You can reach a point where you don't even want to be employed because you're getting the content is being published, used everywhere, and you get good pay. So mgeaenda tu hapo mkianzia, you are now well equipped, mshajua field vile iko, and you are all round writers, journalists, all that stuff. There's a lot of videos, mshahara zote, chapeni zote. So all the best. Nimekuja nimechelewa, but make sure lazima nifike, muongeleshe. When I tell you, I normally leave almost na my email. Nakwambianga mimi kitaka nikuassist this way, nitakudirect this way. Even my number nitaacha. Nitakwambia okay, that area is a cover, okay. This is the editor, mu approach this way. This is email, muandikie email na kaa hivi, mwambie naona do this na atakupea hiyo chance. Na utaanzia hapo pole pole. Usitoke nje u give up unaona this is second third month ambayo hajakuwa vizuri, don't worry. But start from there. It's easier access kuliko the one you want to apply for a job. You'll be lucky kuchukuliwa direct. But ukianzia hapo, I'll tell you 60-70% within 3 months utakuwa ushaanza kuanza kupata that your articles, your videos are used, all that stuff kuna hivyo. Na watu wanajua hii website ya Royal Media Citizen. Kuna ile inaitwa digital pale, kuna inaitwa Wananchi Reporting. Just add your stories there. The editors with time ataanza kuchukua hizi stories za mtaa. And those stories don't have to struggle a lot, that you have to talk to authorities, you have to talk to police. No. Mahali labda kuna watu wanakuwa mad or something unique is happening, start from there. And these guys, they pay. Once they use your story, they'll ask your contact. They pay it, even with 1,000 or 1,500 per article. And ile article iko tu within mahali maishi. This is a good opportunity hapo. Sasa All the best. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm David. A madman. Okay. Why? See, we perceive madmen as people who do extraordinary things. Why shouldn't I call myself a madman? Eh? Okay. I don't have much to say, but much can be more. So. And I'm here for one sole reason. Kuwachanganya kabisa. Okay? So how you do your script, shauri yako. I have heard kuna journalists hapa, kuna watu wa IT. So I'm standing here kama mtu anaangalia. I see problems everywhere in my world. Okay? Reason being, that mad person should see solutions in those problems. Here's the reason why. One, I don't stop learning. Kwanza nimejiuliza mbona Amos amezima kamera. Kuweka mbili ni sawa, lakini nimeona ni kama sijui, I don't know. I want to understand why one is off and two are on. Sasa I always shy away from talks. You get to understand that why. We IT persons hatujui kuongea. Okay? Hatujui kuvaa. That's another thing. Okay? But hatuogopi kuonekana. Because we walk in shadows. Start creating your shadow today. How? See an opportunity. Okay? Work towards a solution. Like now, Amos hana enrollment platform. Have you seen that? At IT? Hey. I want to see an app that enrolls the future. Na ukimaliza uitisha nini? Ukimaliza uitisha nini? Eh? Sijui utaitisha nini, I don't know. Words of encouragement. Wise words of encouragement. In the IT world, got to understand one thing. That we're in the digital economy. Everything is digital. The IT world requires that we should visualize and actualize. Nani ametembea nje ya hii dunia? Nani ametembea nje ya hii dunia? Nani ametembea nje ya hii dunia? Even yourselves. Who has walked out of this world? This world. Eh? We have. Technologically. Okay? Because there is nowhere that you connect to a website that is physical. But you go to that place, search for information, and you get a solution. Nani hajatembea kwa hii dunia? Out of this world. Nani hajatembea? Kila mtu ametembea. Yes, you have worked there digitally. Some years that you should also understand this. Hapa nje, the IT world is very stressful. Picture this. Everything was working well until that moment our madam here Amani akamwambia, I cannot enroll my students through the platform you created. You start scratching your head. Usijali, si bagole. Nywele ilipotelea hapo. The moment I started scratching my head to get to understand what is the solution to that problem. Now, there is one thing that is very difficult. Speaking out your problems. In the IT world, the people we have ni kama watoto. Mtoto anaweza kuambia mgonjwa, anaweza kuambia ako na njaa. It's up to you to figure out that stress and give it a solution. Lastly, nikimaliza, know your value. Okay? Something simple that you have to create today will be of value tomorrow, because you have sorted that problem now. Tuliona tu nika kitu tu. I've been to Rwanda. Na Rwanda have the best transport sector. Kwa nini Kenya hatuna hiyo? We had one. Nani anajua Kenya bus service? Nani anajua? Nani anajua kwa nini Thika ilipewa namba 237? It's because we had a working transport sector. Kwa nini haiwaki siku hizi? It's because we found our own solutions. But that became somehow chaotic. Reason being, we didn't have what you call control. Kama ni wewe uko in that IT world, it's up to you to ask yourselves, okay? If there is a problem, am I a solution? And here is the hindering block, that we don't think outside ourselves. Nani ni TikTok hapa? Mtu wa IT? Nani ni TikToker? Aya, nani si TikToker basi? Lakini uko na account ya Instagram, mama, unaitaka nini? Facebook, Instagram. There's homework I'm gonna give you. There's an area that should venture into socialism. Wale account unasema tu ni ya kupita tu ukiangalia, because nowadays we have decided to be, I don't want to call it zombie, because it's up to you yourself to define your own zombie yourself. Ukikaa pale ugoje ukule, shauri yako, you are zombie. But ukikaa pale, you see a problem and you give it a solution. Good example. Can you be able to advertise your knowledge, your expertise through that platform? Create at least 2 social accounts. Wapi? Chiwiri? Okay? Share simple solutions. And when you share simple solutions, start building your own portfolio. Start kuongea kizungu sana. Okay? Start creating what you call a digital footprint. Kazi iko pale. Unaona hapo kwa digital? Hapo ndio kazi iko. You get 1, 2 activities, 3, 4 activities, and by the end of the day, you find that you utilize your time, you utilize your knowledge, and number 3, you start planning to retire. So pesa ikufanyia nini? Kazi. Sawa. Because if you don't make sure that money works for you, utakuwa wewe ndio nini? Time. Kwa sababu utaanza kupoteza bure kama sisi. We are 22. We are 22. times ngapi? Inakuja ngapi? So mimi nimechukua miaka yangu nagawa mara 2 ni 22, naipiga times 4. So I'm 22 but I have an experience of 66. Piga hesabu kivyako, shauri yako. Na nimefunga.
Good afternoon. Mko poa? Ni njaa ama mbona mnabweka hivyo? Ama kwanza tukatoe keki, get some sugar in the system, changamkeni lakini. So as you have heard, Stanley Kamote, the Chief Executive Officer of Nov-Dec next. So for us, we deal with construction and building. So I take this opportunity to thank you, Amos, his wife, the staff for this invitation. Come talk to you about the graduates and the graduate level. So mine will just be a brief speech, but I think the off script kidogo. I don't think I need this. I'm revised in the same level. Yeah. So there's something I would like to challenge you guys, and I would like to differ with Mr. James. Amesema watu wanaingia kwa mainstream media kuna opportunities. I want to differ with you. I think mainstream media inakufa. I would agree. Mainstream media is no longer what it used to be. Na kuna kitambo growing up, tulikuwa tunakaa kwa TV, tukiwatch news, tukiwatch sports. I can't even remember the last time we watched news. My niece ni pata TikTok, mnajua the news guy. Mnajua the Dylan page. Mnajua the other guy anajitaga, is that other guy anafanya news wa Kenya. Kuna Cyprian Nyakundi. So for me, what I would like to challenge you is that usijiambie utaingia mainstream media ati uta make it there, na kina Jeff huko kina Sheila Mwanyega. For him, back then akiingia mainstream media, we were not as advanced as we are. Ama ni uongo? Yeah, but now with the current, even the political climate, we shape narratives on the social media, not on the TV screen. So sasa kila mtu kuna opportunity, you all have smartphones na Infinix mingi sana huku hivi. So all you need, you have to buy a stand. Stand inagoga 25 huko Raimo. You can just get a colleague mwenye anaweza kuwa anakutime hivi. You can just do stories. Nakumbuka during our time in campus kulikuwa na Mpasho. Kama unakumbuka Mpasho, we used to do articles kwa Mpasho na ilikuwa 500. Na by the way before ulikuwa hiyo article moja umefanya revision kaa 10. Nowadays there is the age of the artificial intelligence. You don't even need to think that much. You don't even need to think beyond, but your what story will come up with. So mine is just to challenge you and niwaambie mtu hiyo notion ya the next 2 years na kwa KTN tukiwa kwa news. If I'm being honest, we probably might not see on KTN or another news studio. I guess if uko na simu, you have a stand, you can shoot reels. You wote mko TikTok, you young guys, so you wote mko TikTok, kuna Instagram, kuna Facebook. Ukiangalia watu kama kina the news guy, yeah? I would like you to scroll. Unajua tu chigi zile videos zenye zina hit. Ndio ndani zile ni za kwanza uone akirecord. Alikuwa na record na Netflix fulani manzi hata ungemuona fiti. Ilikuwa inakanika iko na mist. Yeah. But right now that guy is one of the biggest, even bigger than some of the TV stations in Kenya in terms of news. So mainstream media tumeachia my parents, and of course we don't expect my dad to watch TikTok, so ataenda watch TV, but for this younger generation, utilize the social media. Fungua account, mwenye tu mnaambia you can have 2 accounts, personal account na nyingine una share your insights, like the knowledge in IT, your knowledge in journalism, and then uko around you have so many stories. Even in the office complex you have so many offices. You can just walk in there, uambie, I can see what your company does, let me do an ad for you. Yeah? Hata kama atakulipa 2 au 3, that's where you start from. Unajua tu kaa chini mnasema hakuna job, gava sijui nini. There's no time Ruto atatoka kuja kupea job, hata mkishinda mkilia. So we building, we have more than 50 offices, right? Unaingia tu hapo next na niaje kwanza kama wako pale wana deal na maji. Si mbebe site na shoot content, whereby to lunch. You know, people usually expect that graduate utalipwa. Trust me, before you start getting paid when unafaa kulipwa, that will take some time. So but ukipata experience ya watu kama unawashutia content, unaenda pale kwa kibandaski unaongea na wamade, do the social stories zenye alikuwa anasema, in a few 1 to 3 months ndakuwa mbali sana. So don't have the expectation under the notion that because umefanya nini na umegraduate, the next thing at utapata kuna job market. Sasa you have over 1 million graduates wenye wana hata jobs. But you niko na the perfect opportunity. I think hata social media is the perfect opportunity yenye mnaweza make those hii. You can do content, you can do educational content, mnaweza fanya interviews, mnaweza fanya ads, especially when you shoot hizo ads. Given that many students see mbaya by the way, the camera is a bit shaky, just to danganya, but really good work. So that is something you can improve on. So what I would encourage you to do is that be creative. Usigoje gawe kama kupe job, usigoje when apply job upate, because job zipatikani. As zinapatikana ni maybe you must know someone, 1 or 2 guys. So it's a challenge up to you. You guys are doing the best course by the way. I wish in our time they could find the same thing, because kuna more opportunities than ever before. And then the last thing we embrace AI. So I've seen guys complaining that AI will take over jobs. It's really not. It's creating more opportunities than before. So embrace AI. Alafu mwingie YouTube, kuna editors wenye wanafanya clips, learn from them. Sasa hii yenye mmepewa hapa ni foundation. This is not all the knowledge that you can get. So learn from them. Then from them on, pole tu utakama pia. Sawa? Cheers.
Good afternoon. Well, I'm very happy to be together with you. But before I comment, there's this guy who presented the document there. Documentary there. Are you the one? Who was presenting the documentary there? You are the people. And my hand, you saying that we see the documentary, then we comment about the projects. Are you the people who have done that project? Are you sure? You're sure? Is it perfect? Why?
Okay, it's not perfect per se, but it's perfect because that's where we are.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to comment something, and I know you are Christian people. You are also Christian people. What you need to understand is that in the world, or on the side of the earth, we usually say that God created Adam and Eve. But in that Bible, if you go to the school of God, you find that God created the first man to be created on earth was Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect. But before God created Adam, Perfect died. So when Perfect died, it means in the world there is nothing you can do it as a perfect, but we try to improve to become perfect. So it is still not perfect until to become perfect. You get the point now? So we have already seen about what you have already done, and in actual sense, improve it. This world need you. We don't need the world. You are the people who, the world which need you. Because you have something in your brain. You have something that is between your ears. You have to improve that world which is looking for you. How do you improve it? It's trying to adventure or trying to become an entrepreneur day by day. How do you become an entrepreneur day by day? It's having those what we call strategies. You got to find out. The moment you have those strategies, they are not enough. And that is why we are talking about perfect is still not yet. The moment you have that strategy, make sure that you have the tactics to conquer that strategy. Because the moment you have the strategy and don't have the tactics, then you are useless. As the word useless it is. You have those strategies. Those strategies must have tactics. How do you, like now, suppose I want to have a press conference. How do you entice me to have such a press conference? First, you come and tell me, yes, my friend. Later to moment, you can see the world how it is. There is sort of an environmental concern each and every day, whatever is happening, even within our scenario of what is happening within the world. In that angle, When you express such a thing to me, I would think this person is also thinking about the future of myself, because the sort of the way I'm hearing is the same way you are hearing. And the sort of the way you are hearing is the same carbon monoxide I'm also exhaling and also inhaling. So at that angle, I have a chance of thinking about having that press conference, because you have already created something. But the point what I wanted to include that when you get out, because you're getting out of the car, but you're not getting out of the car. It's on an environment which is changing. The same person will remain you. Is that person who wants to go and improve that other person who has not gone to the class? Just go and get us another person there. Let her or him know that I myself am different from you because I know something. Not a question of time because ICT is okay. You go to the cameras, you do whatever you want to do, but make sure you are so much extra than that other person. And the moment you make yourself you are so extra than that person, you improve. Now you had a college here. You had a college, you had something like attachments. Some of you are thinking about going getting money somewhere else. Think beyond that. Why don't I have such an institution like him? And I also encourage other people to come for another attachment. Thinking beyond a way of looking for employment, but think about how you can employ. Think beyond how you can employ somebody. That is the entrepreneurship I think you're going to go about it. On the other hand, when I find you people, you have we call it a bright future. A very bright future. But how do you maximize that bright future? How do you make your future prosper well without those obstacles? First, in this, the sense of the world needs you, you don't need the world. In this world which is looking for you, there are some other colleagues, older than you, younger than you, your peer groups. Rather than going and trying to introduce them to a bad, then to a good culture. If you allow them to introduce themselves to you, then kwa sababu you need to change. That's what we call behavioral change. You have that person have to see you that you have already changed from that culture before you enter to the Newsline. When you are getting out of the Newsline, it's more better compared to when you came in. And that's why we usually say, leave the place better than you found it before. So that's why. So in meanwhile, for me, I will congratulate you. But congratulations does not mean the word congratulations. Is you come see me in a different way, mimi kuona in a different way. Nikipita hivyo, nakumbuka kuna watu ambao nilipatana along the road. And I will be very glad to say that, hey, my friend, so I know that person who is doing that interview. Lakini nikipata nao niweza simama mzee, hata kama ni 500. Unitiza kitu sitakupatia. Unanielewa? So let me come over and get something from you, but don't come to get something from me. Thank you.
So good afternoon. Clap once kama msikia. Clap twice kama umeipata na wewe. Clap thrice kama hii mara yako ya kwanza kuliona. Well, for the new friends, my name is Clement Wauru Bumbi. I'm the CEO of Clement Writers Limited. We're immediate neighbors. About 2 years ago, we started this entrepreneurship journey. It was a very good dream when we were starting, but now the thing is we are at 4th floor, and most of the clients were asking, how do you get clients? Because most of the people think that if you want to go and buy something, you must see the physical location of that shop. For example, if you want to buy pizza, kuna hii duka ya pizza iko hapa chini, you go to Pizza Inn, inaonekana hapo vizuri. If you want to buy coffee, uenda pale Java. If you want now to buy land, of course shamba ziko huko, lakini shamba hazijiuzi, but lazima kuwe na ofisi. So when we set up our office here, kulikuwa na that question, where do you get your clients from? And we are proud to tell them that our clients come from online. It's not just let's say 90%, but 100% of our clients, they come from online. And these platforms include YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. So when we met with your director, Mr. Njao, who is a very good friend of mine, we sat down and wrote a dream. The dream was on how to make sure that Cloud & Realtors Limited spreads its wing to reach a very global audience. I mean, we have clients who are in diaspora, and they come for, let's say, around 70% of our clients. So these clients, ni vigumu sana ukiwa kwa Kenya uweze ku reach out mtu wako majuu. But that's where now you guys come in. But we are the intermediary between us and the global audience. As you speak right now, each and every business when you go online, your business is as good as dead. For example, kuna madam anauza nguo sana online na vitu za nyumba. Anaitwa Shiko. Yes. Shiko wa Hairstyle. Na wewe na Shiko wa Hairstyle. Namjua. Yes, so Shiko wa Hairstyle platform yake yote ni online. Kuna Wahindi wengi sana wamefunga biashara juu yake. Because most of them hawajaona online. Another good example, nikiangalia hizi kampuni hadi za the daily commodities that we consume. The rice, the ugalis. A friend of mine was sharing a joke that unga ya Kasagara na unga ya Lea zimekula sana juu ya online, kuingia kwa media. There are other ungas that were doing very good, but when time came, they did not evolve to social media. And this is my point. The future is in the media. Every idea is good, but the magic happens in the implementation of it. So kila mtu ako na idea, I want to do something, but when you implement it na uweke media hapo, that's when you win that. That's when you implement that idea and work the aspect of media in it, that's when you win. For example, there's this friend of ours anaitwa Kalifkairo. Kalifkairo anauza magari. Anajua Kalifkairo. Anajua Kalifkairo bro. Jafaka nikumsikia. So Kalifkairo anauza magari sana online. Na Kalifkairo business model yake yote it's based online. So right now the fact that umepitia hapa kwa this media institute, uko capable of becoming anything that you want. If you want to venture into mambo ya shamba, just go start, unakuwa na shamba, alafu unajua unaweza ku reach that online audience. For example, kama mambo ya chakula, hotels, zote, you set up your business, alafu unaipackage vizuri online. Same case, when for your school, inafanya vizuri online sana. I saw a very good YouTube video, a documentary, and I was very proud of you guys. Because guys, the future is in media. And every business idea that mtu ako nayo, bila kuweka the aspect of media in it, that business is as good as dead. So when you graduate from Newsline Media, you guys you have the top notch skills that are needed in this world. Saizi kila mtu anataka kuwa his or her own boss. Nangapi wanafanya IT hapa? IT. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Media. So you have 6. I personally am a graduate of software engineering. I graduated around 2020, time of COVID. And the COVID was on peak. Na si graduation yetu ilikuwa ya kwanza online. Naambia mzee tuna graduate online, haka ulikula pesa ya school fees. Tunaingia online, tunaingia kwa poto. Naona hapa kuna jaba fulani iko hapa. There's something not clear about here. But the moment you get in this outside world, the world is limitless. You only limit yourself by your imagination. Media, software, coding, hiyo ndio future iko hapo. Every business needs a website. Every person needs a website. Wewe mwenyewe you are your own brand. When you brand yourself, when watu watakujua. For example, what's your name? Christopher. So Christopher, where do you see yourself in the next, let's say, 5 years? Tech. So now you start now creating your platform right now. Kama ni mambo ya GitHub, tengeneza platform portfolio yako vizuri saa hizi. When you brand yourself, that's how people are going to see you. And your brand is your value. Kwa mtu anaweza ingia hapa, ujue mtu budget yake huyu nitamwambia ni 5k. Ama pia kuna shop yenye unaendanga kuingia hivi, unajua paka hawa ni 500. Somebody said that ukiingia kwa mahali upate kuna flags kwa hotel. Sio kwa kahawa inachezea pesa kidogo kama 500. Na ni kweli. Basi ukipitia mahali huko kwa Kimandaki, au mahali kwa chai, samosa, chapati, hapo at least kwa sure the budget ni pocket friendly. Hapo uko na 200 umekula hadi uko na take away kidogo. So your brand is your value. The way you brand, the way you package yourself, that is your real value. And the way you value yourself is how people are going to value you. So if you value kidogo that this is my portfolio, this is what I do, nini, you're limiting yourself. And Kipchoge alisema that this world, there's no limits in this world. So don't set any limit, brand yourself vizuri. Ukitoka hapa sasa, kama mambo ya media, those stories you want to start writing. I've seen a lot of young people doing great things. Kama saa hizi TikTok kuna mjamaa fulani anifurahisha sana, anaitwa Shujaa Humphrey. Kazi yake anaenda sasa kwa hizi campaign tours kama hiyo wa Munyoro akisema kitu anachukua na capture alafu anaenda anakaa chini, zile part anajua zita spice up the internet, then anazirelease. So pale jioni ndio tu wa mudhende, but the guy is making money from that. He has branded himself, he's in that line. And I say now, even now politicians wanakuja sawa wanamu-approach. Ambia, you know what bro, we can do this, we can push this, That is just one of the few guys. Kuna wengine pia online, ukiingia pale kama ni Twitter, na jamaa wetu wa Polo Kimani, he just comes up with a very funny narrative. Lakini pia kuna agenda na push pale. So guys, the parting shot is, and if you don't remember anything that I say, I just want you to go home with this one thing, that your brand is your value. Don't limit yourself. Thank you.
So all protocol observed. Good afternoon. Yes, my name is Duncan Murore. I'm from Trainer Realtors Limited. I'm the director. We work here with Clement, and I think we are the first people, the first cohort that we interacted with, and I know me, I saw a lot of potential in those guys. I have also interacted with some of you, and I know, and I believe that you're in the right place. I know Joe is very, very committed. When Joe started this dream of Newsline Media and Training Agency, we sat down and shared a lot of ideas, and I'm one person who is very, very proud. Seeing that Kibarikuwa na Fisheries is now, we are seeing it in practice. So one thing I'd like to tell you people, you are in the right place with the right guys. The two directors are very, very committed. You see also partners when wanakuja wanawasaidia in terms of mawazo, in terms of how the world is, because sometimes hata sisi tukiwa mahali mko kuna vitu tuka tunaambiwa tunafikiria maybe ni jabu, but right now we are facing them in real time. One thing I'd like to encourage you, first of all, make sure that umejielewa, umejitambua, know your strengths, know me, I'm good in this. Hizi zingine utazikuja kuzikulia baadaye, but whatever you know that you are very good in it, ipatie focus, make sure that you make sure that at least you major in that in terms of kama ni practicals and everything, because unapata sahi online there is a lot of things. Kuna mtu wako very good in TikTok, wengine wako very good in YouTube and everything, and I know Jao is here to advise you, because unapata kama sahi nilisikia kuna mtu alitupatia challenge, I think was Kengei the other day alisema YouTube wiki yake kwake inamlipa and is paying him atienda hiyo church yake asipokai hiyo bila kupata sadaka inaweza mlipia yeye ilisha bibi yake na asomesha watoto wake. That tells you there are a lot of opportunities. Kama ni TikTok sio tu kuentertain watu, what are you gaining out of that TikTok? It's monetization. Yes, Jao is here to help you. If you are creating something, make sure that monetize your kitu na ikusaidia hata kama sio sahihi. Everything have a price. Una create brand pole pole, then from there with time italipa. Unaona sahi watu wengi TikTok walianzia kitabu like 5 years ago, wanakuja kuvuma the 6th year. Kuna mwingine anaingia na vuma. So patterns hii mambo inakuwa tofauti. So don't expect that utaanzia kitu leo na iwake kesho. Kuna ile aspect of being patient. The other thing is about image when you are online. Mimi sana sana because ni Gen Z. And na pale job pia sisi wenye tumeajiri kwa sababu ni Gen Z. One thing you have to be very very creative. We are in a very very competitive world. Kila mtu hapa sasa nimesikia watu wa media mko kama 6. Nimesikia watu wa IT mko kama 5. So opportunity kidogo, but you guys you are competing with a very minimal opportunities. So how you package yourself itakuwa ina create the difference. Na si lazima uajiriwe. Naambianga mtu ni vizuri kama stepping stone. But kama you have a clear goal and you have a very clear path of where you want to be in future, make sure that you start creating something right now. If you have ever thought of maybe a business name or maybe registering a company, start this now. Kitu kingine ningetaka niwaambie, and I think ni kitu tumeturamba sisi, na I think when wako hapa kuna experience wanaweza tuambia. Right now, mimi nimekuwa employed. Now, I wish I registered my company like 3-4 years back, because I had a clear vision that itakuja kuwa na kampuni yangu, but I didn't hesitate. Nikasema kuna time na hiyo postpone na kuambia ina mess mahali. Kitu moja na I think wase wote hapa mbele wanakwambia, banks, institution partners, they don't work with startups. They don't work with startups. So kama unafikiria utaanzia kampuni yako 5 years to come, wakati unahitaji wale watu kama maybe you need some injection kidogo ya cash, takuwa ni 100,000, bank hawezi kuentrust as long as you are a startup. So right now nyinyi mko na miaka 20, wengine hata 20, 19, 20 something, register your company sahi. It is very very cheap. Ukiingia pale kwa portal utaregister your company na kitu kama 5,000. Hii pesa mimi napata pesa kidogo kidogo hapa na pale. Register that company. Hizi mambo ya kulipia tax na nini nitakuwa naekea zero. But kinyo nafanya, you are saving yourself, kwa sababu kama sasa hivi nilikuwa naitishwa nenda pale kwa kampuni, yes, uko na ideas, you have great minds and great whatever. But ukienda pale kwa bank wanakwambia hii kampuni yako iko hold 1 year. For now ni ngumu. But kama you register like 4-5 years ago, hawangesema hii startup, wangejua kampuni imekuwa ikiendelea. So sahi, make sure that if you have that vision, register that company. Kile nafikiriaga hata kama utaita sijui wa Mudhede whatever hiyo, ama inakula kama ni Christopher unaweza Chris something, tafuta hiyo jina, create that thing, speech. Kuna hiyo ChatGPT inabidi tuko suggest jina moja mbili, register moja ama mbili, moja unaweka business name, nyingine kama, then from there you never know where the future will take you. So I think for me, I don't think I have much. First, it's congratulate you. I think we are here with the first cohort, and I know I usually see some of them. They are doing an amazing job. So hata nyinyi, sky is the limit. Usijilimit tafadhali. Na huku nje mazomo tupackage vizuri. Opportunities ziko, lakini ziko kwa wale wanafanya nini? We are grabbing for it. So thank you so much, the team, the staff. Wanafanya kazi mzuri. Usually nikiona uko naingia kwa ofisi wakati mwingine napitia, wanafanya kazi mzuri. So thank you so much. Mungu wa bless na afungie milango mingine. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Duncan. And before we invite our chief guest, niko na a message for you. Nataka mkue our ambassadors huko nje. So when you go back to school, when unarudi shule, the rest mwenye mnaenda nyumbani, or you know a friend, or you know someone, tell them wakuje huku, because it has been impactful to you. Also tell them hata wao wasaidike huku, si ndio? So thank you, and a clap for our chief guest, Mr. Amos.
Sir, thank you. Good evening. You good? Kila kitu iko sawa? Nimesikia chenye busa ashaisema. Ani kama nimeconfirm zingine. Thank you. I do appreciate for blessing this event. My name is Amos Mboro. Professionally, I'm a journalist. And to our guests, partners, our trainers, and our students, this is one family, and thank you for the support. I'd like to start maybe with the history of Newsline, and maybe to emphasize on what Duncan has said about our company, and how Newsline came to be. I had an idea way back in 2016. That time I was working with Thika News. And around Kenyatta Avenue, Raita Street, there is a furniture company inaitwa Newsline. And I work there every day. And because I'm in the media, and I said, this is Newsline. What if I add S? It can sound means Newsline. And no one would bother to ask, what do you deal with? So I just registered as I remember we were registering with David. And it managed to go through. It was rejected. But we managed to register as a website. The Newsline, this news website that you normally see it here. Then we went again, registered a company. I needed a business name to trade. And because anytime I meet someone for a small gig, he'd ask, what's the name of your company? And I can assure you, I could not get those jobs. I registered a company, Link Content Developer. I needed a company that would communicate along my line of expertise. So content development. And here there is Link. Because I remember working with a digital platform then, you share the links. Nitumie a link. And I said, hii jina watu wanatumia sana, let me use it. And the rest is history. Now back to Newsline. I said I got to start something with that name because it was communicating something to me. And this time, I needed an institution to enhance students who have to keep the gap between the theoretical and the practical. Because we are seated somewhere with my friends, James is a witness, and we're having discussion about the students. What happens when students are looking for an attachment? We noted that majority of them, they just do it because it's mandated from their school for them to graduate. And Prof is here, can tell you, he has been in the academic field for so long. And it's true, most of you also confirm. Most of you look for attachment because you want to graduate from your own institution. But the big question to me was, what next after graduating? What next? You have just graduated, okay? With zero skills, zero network, and zero exposure, okay? What next after graduating? The answer is, you join the bandwagon of those who have graduated who say, I wish I never studied media, or I wish I never did IT, because there is no job for this field. But that is not the case. But somehow true, there is no job opportunities for those people who don't have the skills, network, and exposure. But you have the three, be sure. People will be referring business to you, okay? Yes. So the essence of the attachment, not to graduate. Just get the skills, network, and exposure
So we started as a media attachment, whereby we have managed to help more than 100 students. Started in January. This is our third celebration. And the reason why we normally give these certificates, is for one reason. Whenever you'll be looking for this job, most likely, very few will ask you about your institution. Very few. Because the curriculum is the same. Okay? But there are two things an employer will not fail to ask you. And I've been repeating this thing. An employer will not fail to ask you, tell me about what you can do and what have you ever done. What can you do and what have you ever done? The first one is very simple. What can you do? You can say, I'm a journalist, I can do news writing, reporting, videography and photography. I think at this moment, that moment the employer will clap for you because you can say it. But the second question is one of the trickiest. What have you ever done? And putting into consideration, you have just graduated from university. It's one of the hardest. And this time the employer is asking you for your portfolio. What can you do? You are telling me you have done BBIT, you have done ICT or computer science, okay? But what can you do and what have you ever done? You can say I can do web development. Don't tell me, show me, okay? That is the root of the verb. Don't tell me you can do web development, kindly show me what you can do. And that is the thing that will secure you a job. And then, kujituma. The media has been very successful, and we thank God for that. And now on September, we noted there is a thin line between media and IT. They are siblings, okay? Because media relies so much on IT. Because I, as a media professional, I can't do web developments. I can't do apps, and we need this. And we say, if that is the case, why don't we introduce the IT part in it? And we thank God we started with around 6 or 7. And now, for January, I think we have more than 10 for IT who have registered. So we thank God for that. For the August, September, October, November, we had a total of 22 students, which is a milestone. See here, 22 students, it's God's favor. Some did not manage to come, but we do have their certification here, they'll come for them. And also we do appreciate for those who managed to come. And one thing about Newsline, the doors is always open. And we always give you a credit. Whenever you're doing your CV, always feel free to use me as your referee. Because I've interacted with you for 3 months, I've trained you, so I can't talk ill of you, okay? And to put this together, there is Amos and there is James, okay? James was your class 6 trainer, class 6. And I've been with you for just the 3 months ago, sindio? James akipigia simu nimemwandika kama referee, amepitia watu wengi sana, hata kumbuka, sindio? Hata alikusahau. Ukiniambia sasa mwalimu wangu wa primary namtumia unless we have a personal relationship, sindio? And the employers always call these people to request or to seek information about you. And we have those people who are malicious. Wengine watasema he can easily kill. Mwajiri kwa So it's always good to use someone who can talk good of you, sindio? And help you secure that opportunity. Yes. So thank you. We'll continue supporting you. And anytime for the 3 months if there's something you have not achieved, kindly feel free to come. Spend for us 2 or 3 days. Feel free, just walk in. Just say, Amos, I'd like to understand this. Bramwell, I want to understand this. Kindly help me. The door is always open. Once you are in Thika town and you want somewhere you can sit and complete an assignment you have, please don't go out and look for the hotels. Kindly come here. Okay? Yes. You have my personal number. Kindly feel free to call me. You have been invited for an interview. Kindly feel free to call me. Maybe there is one thing I can guide you. Call me. Amos, I've been invited for this interview. What a likely question I might be asked. I might tell you one thing that can save the day. Like 3 months ago, we have our Peter John. He was invited for an interview and they were 15 in line. He just came to my office and told me, Amos, I've been invited for an interview for digital marketing by a certain circle in Kitui. What are some of the things can I say? And I asked him, tell me the name of the circle. We just searched and I noted one thing. They did not have Google business profile. Just that. And I told Peter, this is your weapon. And make sure you are the last in line. So Peter went there and asked, what can you do for us? He said, I'm a trained journalist. This is my portfolio. But can I what about, you know, you are a trained journalist and that's why we invited you. But in regard to the circle, how can you help us? And Peter just said, I've checked your social media and your SEO is very weak. And there is one thing I've noted you are missing. Google business profile. It can only take you 5 minutes. And 5 minutes is maximum. And he told them, if you search a circle like this, you can see they have this thing. They have a platform where there is a website, link to it, there is a direction, there is a review. You are missing a lot. And that's how he got himself a job. So there is something, those who are ahead of you, they can guide you. For the IT students, I'm happy. I've watched your programs. I'm happy. There is something you know, it's ethical hacking. Networking, graphics, cyber security, web developments. And the last one that I will help you with is content development. I know you have 2 sessions with you because you find a client telling you, how do you help me to develop a website? Okay? But remember, this client has not given you a content. Where will you get it from? Most likely, you copy from what others have done, plagiarism, or else you can do it yourself and charge extra. So you earn from the website perspective, you charge from the website separately, and also charge to the content part. And you make a kill. That's okay. But the bottom line is jitume. Sindio? And don't mind if you fail, don't mind. Failure is a halfway to success. Yes. The more you try, you don't fail. If you fail, you learn something. Napatanga Brian akijikuna hivi. Namwambia control A and backspace. Jina disappear hamzie tena. But I'm happy with the progress. I'm happy. Sindio? To our guests, thank you. To our partners, thank you for gracing our event. It's not easy. I'm not taking this for granted. You just call your friends and they can have this. Now wanakuja wana support. Thank you guys. Thank you. I do appreciate. Yes. So if you have friends, maybe the last one, feel free to refer your friends. Like what our director has said, Faith. If you have benefited from Newsline, also that you are free to benefit from the program. Yes. We have a radio, Newsline radio. It's purely for the student practicals. And I'm happy for the progress that I'll be making. Come January 2026, we promise, for the maybe there somewhere we would not manage, we'll up our game. Yes. And we promise those who will be referring here, we'll be giving them the best as they use our network to enhance their skills and expertise. And don't listen to those people who tell you there is no job opportunity. But if you have the skills, network, and exposure, the jobs are there. Okay? and don't fear to ask. Sindio? Yes. Na mimi nikipata gigs, naona hii tunaweza fanya 1 2 3 referring. And I can assure you those students who have been with us from January, majority are working somewhere. And some are not employed, they have employed. Because they have started, they are doing the graphics, videography, photography. Sindio? Yes. Just go and change the world. Thank you for supporting us also. Thank you.
Thank you so much kwa wageni wetu ambao wamefika. Tunawashukuru sana. So msione namba ikiwa dogo miti. Washaenda nishago. Hao wabaki ni wataoni hao. Hani bontao. Alafu kazi sijawaambia kitu. Nimepewa gift leo. Sinaona nimepewa gari so gift. Anyway, so tumefika time ya mtapewa nini zenu, tuchukue picha. Baada hapo sasa tutakata keki, alafu tutasema siku imekuwa siku. So wenye watapewa I think ni wenye wako ile. Sio? Wengine watakujia zao either wa next year. I think ni next year tu.